Windy City Thunderbolts, which means today we have a rubber match here for this Sunday matinee. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Kyle Chandler joining you here for the pregame show and the play-by-play. So happy you could join us, and it is another hot one here at the ballpark today. Boy, it has just been steaming the last week of baseball. Things no different, and we are rolling into those summer months where July is just around the corner, and let me tell you, folks, the sun and this heat is not going to go away anytime soon. And into next week, we have some extremely hot days. Now, Tuesday did drop a couple of ticks with the high temperature, but it is still supposed to be 96 degrees as a high temperature, and we are supposed to have a real feel of above 105. So again, make sure that you're staying hydrated and make sure that you're taking care of your health. Even if you're not here at the ballpark today, even just walking around outside for a short period of time can really make you dehydrated. So please, please, everybody take care of yourself. But it's another chance for Evansville to pick up a series win against one of the teams that they are chasing right now in the West Division of the Frontier League, the Evansville Otters. 15-23. They are back to 8 games below 500 after their win last night. Windy City 16-23. Let's take a look at the Frontier League standings right now. At the top, you have the Washington Wild Things. They are coming off a loss to the Schaumburg Boomers yesterday. So the Wild Things 24-13, and Schaumburg just a game back 23-14. Then it is Lake Erie at 23-15. And Washington and Lake Erie worth mentioning because right before the All-Star break, in the third week of July, in that second week of the month, Evansville will play both Washington and Lake Erie. That leads right into the All-Star break in the Midsummer Classic, and Evansville will have a tough couple of series against the Wild Things and the Crushers. Again, we still got a while before we get there, but with the way these two teams have been playing this year, definitely, again, worth mentioning because the Otters will have to gear up for them eventually. But you think about the more recent schedule, and there's a lot of teams toward the bottom of the West Division right now, including Windy City and Joliet, which Evansville will be seeing a lot. Joliet currently sitting 17-21, Windy City 16-23. So just a half game separating the T-Bolts and the Otters. With the win here today, Evansville can flip-flop with the Thunderbolts, and if Florence also loses today, who is 15-21, the Otters can also flip-flop with them, given that the Otters win, because Evansville has a better record against Florence here this season. So one game is the difference separating those two clubs. Theoretically speaking, if all goes well, Evansville could jump into the 7 seed today. And we talked about the upcoming schedule for the Otters. Let's take a look at that. They will finalize this 3-game set against Windy City today. An off day tomorrow, Monday the 24th. Then Joliet will come into town next week, and we will conclude this 9-game homestand with the Slammers coming in to historic Bosse Field. Joliet will be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But this is where things get interesting, because Windy City is already playing Evansville now. Next week, Evansville will see Windy City again, but this time they will see them on the road, and that is after Windy City will host Lake Erie. So it'll be another weekend series, and we'll have another series finale against the Thunderbolts a week from today. After that July 1st off day, that's a Monday, it will be Joliet seen again on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That will also be in Chi-Town. So 2 series on the road coming up against 2 teams that they have seen already or will be seeing in the very near future. So a lot of the same teams, but with the way the standings are again, there could be lots of jumps for the Otters, or setbacks if things don't go their way. We'll have to see how they fare here today for this Sunday bout. Let's go through the starting lineups first for the visiting Windy City Thunderbolts, led by manager Bobby Jenks. Cam Feltz, the center fielder, leads off. Garrett Broussard, the third baseman, bats second. Henry Kuziak, the shortstop, batting third, and cleaning up is the designated hitter Christian Kuzemka. Joe Johnson, the first baseman, will bat fifth. Emmanuel Sanchez, the second baseman, bats sixth. Kingston Liniak out in right field. He will bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing left field, Brennan DeRiggi. And filling out the starting nine is the catcher, Tyler Sandoval. On the mound for Evansville here in the series finale, Zach Smith, a 2-4 win-loss record, the right-hander into his ninth appearance of the year, his ninth start, 45 1/3 innings of prior work, and a 4.17 ERA in 2024. Let's flip the book over and take a look at the Evansville Otters, led by manager Andy McCauley. It'll be Giovanni DiGiacomo out in center field. He will lead things off. Mason White, the right fielder, bats second. Randy Bednar out in left field, batting third, and it is Paven Parks, the shortstop, cleaning it up. Out at first base, batting fifth, David Mendham. Logan Brown, the designated hitter, he will bat sixth. Batting seventh for the Otters, and playing third base, Yomar Reyes. Justin Felix doing the catching, he will bat eighth. And it is Delvin Zinn, the second baseman, cleaning things up in the starting nine for Evansville. He will bat last. Jacob Newman on the rubber for the Windy City Thunderbolts, and Newman is 0-1 on the year. He was a late pencil in to the lineup, as it was originally supposed to be Will Armbruster starting this game today, but Bobby Jenks made a late change in the lineup, and Newman into his fifth appearance of the year, his second game in the starting role, 8 prior innings of work, an 11.25 ERA. We're going to take a step aside. It's that time of the day again for the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll have first pitch. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
Performed by Taylor Drosty.
It's that time of the day again. Otters baseball coming your way here on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. So happy you could join us for this Sunday matinee. Kyle Chandler with you here for the play-by-play and the Evansville Otters, looking for another series win. If they can beat the Windy City Thunderbolts today, it will be 4 out of the last 5 series where Evansville has picked up wins against opponents. So Evansville started this 9-game homestand, dropping 2 out of 3 games to the Schaumburg Boomers, and Windy City winning the opener on Friday. But Evansville, in come-from-behind fashion for just the second time this year, able to win the middle contest yesterday. That was a thrilling 10-9 finale, and in the 9th inning, things got interesting with the bases loaded for Windy City, and it was Paven Parks to come out of the bullpen and strike out the first guy he saw with 2 outs, and that sealed the deal for Evansville. Ballpark dimensions here at historic Bosse Field in Evansville, Indiana. It's 315 apiece down the right and left field lines, 375 to the right and left center alleys, and it is 400 toward dead center. Leading it off, it is Cam Feltz, the center fielder for Windy City. Zach Smith, the right-hander, back on the rubber, and Smith into his 9th appearance of the year, all in starts. He's ready to go, working from the stretch, and he kicks and delivers the first pitch of the game. It's taken on the inside corner for a strike, and we're underway at 5:06 p.m. Well, it's another hot one at the ballpark. It has been all week. The right-hander Smith deals. Swing and a miss. He's quickly got Feltz down in the count 0-2. We have seen nothing but 90-degree weather plus this week. Maybe an 88 or 89-degree day, but still brutally hot, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, says Zach Smith to Cam Feltz. And he retires the first batter of the game on 3 pitches. Top of the first inning, no score here as Garrett Broussard, the third baseman, coming up. And today, another 90-degree day. And it is a hot one. More humidity here at Bosse Field, and that brings that real feel up even more. Righty on righty battle, the first pitch, and it misses just a little bit below the knees, the count 1-0. Calling our balls and strikes today, Dalton Phillips, our first base umpire, Abdiel Marrero, and it is James Ainsworth at third base. Here's the 1-0 from Smith, and it's a tapper to the left side foul. We'll try it with a 1-1 count for Broussard. Well, this Windy City offense is strung together a nice series against Evansville. They had 12 hits yesterday, 12 hits the day before, 17 total runs. Smith ready with the 0-2 and the pitch. Fastball misses outside. Well, it's 1-2 on the scoreboard, 2-1 on our Flow Sports. I said 0-2 because I was looking at the scoreboard, but then we called that first pitch a ball. Now the pitch, breaking ball high, and now it is 3-1. Broussard, a 3-for-7 series against Evansville. 3 runs scored, a couple of walks. And he has been one of the better hitters in this Windy City lineup. Smith deals, and the 3-1 is swung on, lined into left field, base hit. So there's the first base runner of the game today. And here in the first, there's one down for Henry Kuziak, the shortstop. I think it comes as a little bit of a surprise to see Windy City stringing together the offensive production that they have, because, boy, this is a team that has really struggled offensively this year. Kuziak, another guy to put together a good series against Evansville. Smith, the right-hander, deals the first pitch, and it's a ground ball hit out toward first. Backhanded Mendham can't field it cleanly, stays in his area, so he recovers. He will run to the bag at first and retire Kuziak. And Broussard up to second base. You wonder if Mendham would have been able to turn 2 if he takes that backhand cleanly, but it hit off the heel of his glove. Luckily for him, again, it stayed right at his feet. So there's still 2 gone in the inning after the 3-U. And mark it down as a fielder's choice with a runner in scoring position. Here's Christian Kuzemka. No score between Evansville and Windy City. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. So Kuziak was 5 for 8 entering play, and right behind him, Kuzemka 4 for 8. And Kuzemka working on a 3-game hit streak. Smith will touch the rosin back behind the mound and wants to get a little bit more stick. He's ready. A look to second. Now the pitch home. Breaking ball right down Main Street, taken for a strike, and it's 0-2. Well, in this hotter weather and with the humidity, when you touch that rosin bag and you create a little bit of sweat, it actually provides more stick to the baseball, and in turn, you get much more of a higher spin rate. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball, check swing. He went around. Strike 3 as Kuzemka couldn't fully commit to that one, and it's a pair of strikeouts for Smith here in the first inning. Nothing doing for Windy City. Evansville coming to bat when we come back.
Thanks, Lucas. Pitch against your battery for Windy City. Jacob Newman is on the mound. Seeing the ball behind the plate. Pitch against your battery, powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 North Freedom Road or 812-475-9000. Tell them, same from the Otters, save you. Edward Jones, leadoff batter. The center fielder, number 10, Giovanni Giacomo.
Giovanni DiGiacomo leading it off for Evansville. Bottom of the first inning, no score with Windy City. On the rubber, Jacob Newman. And the right-hander will toe the rubber for the 5th time this year. First pitch to DiGiacomo. And the left-handed hitting center fielder takes one low. The count 1-0. Well, Newman was not supposed to start today, but here he is. And the right-hander offers up the pitch. Swung on, hit foul to the left side and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to DiGiacomo. Originally, it was supposed to be Will Armbruster starting here in the rubber match, but we were not told he was not going to start. We had to find out through the starting lineups. The 1-1, a check swing, and he went around according to our third base umpire, James Ainsworth. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, yes, Evansville in another rubber match. And the Otters have been in a lot of those recently. Newman ready. And the 1-2 pitch is a fastball looked at just off the outside corner. Count even now at 2-2. In rubber games, Evansville 3-2, so looking to stay above 500 in that marker. Now the 2-2 pitch to DiGiacomo. And it misses downstairs, so a good leadoff at bat here putting together by DiGiacomo. And the count 3-2. This Otters club trying to win Their last 4 out of 5 series today. The 3-2. Outside ball 4. What a terrific at-bat by the kid who was signed before this homestand. And he is playing in his 5th game for Evansville. Boy, has he been a delight. Draws his first walk of the year for Evansville. And the 6-pitch affair will put a runner on first. Nobody out. Here comes Mason White. No score, bottom of the first. And DiGiacomo has actually taken over the leadoff spot, which is where White used to be. First pitch to the left-handed hitting right fielder. Fastball misses in, and the count 1-0. So Newman 0-1 on the year. This is, again, his 5th appearance, but his 2nd start. He has had more appearances out of the bullpen. He's ready. And he comes home. Runner goes to second. Fastball misses outside. And the throw to the base, not even close. Another stolen bag for DiGiacomo. He's now 3 for 3 in the young season for him. And the count 2-0 to White. Boy, he is a fun player to watch. Already in scoring position, and he kind of reminds you of a Patrick Lee. You don't want to compare players, but boy, it just seems like every time he gets on first, he is a threat to extend any kind of single into a double whenever he isn't hitting those. Here's the 2-0 pitch to White. Breaking ball in at the shoot tops of White, and did that one hit him? Yes, it did. Well, DiGiacomo was heading to third. He'll have to go back to second base as, again, that hit off the shoe tops of White, but then it kicked toward the Otters' first base dugout. And not the way that Newman wanted to start this game. He has been all over the place. And in his 9 pitches, he has thrown just 2 strikes. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Here's Randy Bednar. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Well, Newman, an 11.25 ERA in his first 8 innings. First pitch to Bednar. Fastball upstairs, and Bednar ducks out of the way. I think it came as a shock to everybody here in the Otters press box, including to the coaching staff, Andy McCauley and Max Peterson, that Newman was going to start instead of the originally planned starter, Armbruster. Here's a strike to Bednar to even the count. 1-1 now. Newman, in his last appearance, ended up pitching out of the pen against Florence in a 21-3 loss. He went 2 1/3, giving up 5 runs on as many hits. The 1-1. Fastball again upstairs and a little bit tighter inside this time near the head of Bednar. So again, Newman struggling to throw strikes here in the early going. That pitch count already to 12, and he has not recorded an out. Righty on righty matchup. And now the 2-1 delivery. Inside, and it's ball 3. The only game that Newman has started in came all the way back in his first appearance on June 8th against Schaumburg. He went 3 innings, and he gave up 3 runs, 3 hits, but the T-Bolts took home a 7-6 win. Next pitch grounded off the third base. Ball. This will go down the left field line and roll for a while. Rounding third, scoring DiGiacomo. Here comes White, and it's 2 RBI double for Bednar. 2-0 Evansville. Oh, he smoked that one, and that could not been any closer to the foul line as it hit off the third base bag. Took a high bounce into left field, and by the time DeRiggi was able to get there, well, that was enough for Bednar to score both. And his way up to second. So an early lead for the Otters. They draw first blood here in the first inning. And now at the plate, it'll be Pavin Parks. Next pitch to Parks misses high, and the count 1-0. Well, Bednar got a good 3-1 pitch, and he was ready for it. And Bednar picks up RBIs 20 and 21. And that's good for second on the club. Next pitch to Parks, a breaking ball taken for a strike. And the count even at 1-1 now. Whenever you fall behind, it puts a lot more pressure on you on either side, but we're seeing it a lot early from Newman. He deals the 1-1, and it's a fastball taken for a strike by Parks. Touched the outside black, 1-2 now. Runner on second, nobody out still in the first. 3 Otters have reached base safely. DeGiacomo walked. White, a hit by pitch, and then Bednar making Newman pay moments ago with the 2 RBI 2-bagger. The 1-2. Parks takes a fastball outside. 2-2 the pitch. Well, the Otters, whenever scoring in the first inning, 9-5 this year. So statistically, the math favors them. Now the 2-2. Breaking ball misses in, and Parks has worked the count full. This is game number 6 of a 9-game homestand for the Otters. One more leg to go after today. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And Parks takes it low, ball 4. This has been a disastrous first inning for Newman, and now the catcher Sandoval will come out toward the rubber, as well as the first baseman Joe Johnson. And they want to have a talk with Newman on the mound. Well, he has had to labor early. And that pitch count already up to 20 total pitches. There is still nobody out, and now coming to the plate, it'll be David Mendham. So 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and a double. And Evansville with a 2-0 lead over the Thunderbolts. Mendham 2 for 8 in the series with a couple of RBIs brought home yesterday. Here's the first pitch from Newman. Fastball taken on the outside corner, the count 0-1. Well, the Otters would love to jump out to as many runs of a lead as they can, especially with the way the series against Schaumburg went. Here's the 0-1. Fastball upstairs, and even adding on to that, you think that they would learn again with yesterday's game. No lead is safe. Evansville was trailing by 4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. They strung together 6 to take the lead, and they held on. The 1-1 to Mendham. And he hits this one in the air. Medium deep to center field. Feltz battling the sun, able to make the catch. Tagging for third base, Bednar. Throw to the bag, and it is not in time. Well, Broussard over there at third, trying to deke the runner Bednar. Looked like he acted as if the ball was thrown away to see if Bednar would make a move toward home, but he didn't. Up to second base, Parks. And so it's a productive out for Mendham as he's able to advance both runners. Here comes Logan Brown. Well, after this 9-game homestand, which will conclude with the Joliet Slammers coming to town Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Evansville will be on the road for 6. First pitch misses in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Sandoval. Stayed in the dirt circle, and the count is 1-0. Windy City and Joliet will be very familiar opponents because Evansville will see them again on Friday, the 28th, and they will see Joliet on the 2nd of July. And that is that 6-game roadie. Now the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Boy, Newman barely got that off. There was 1 second on the pitch clock when he released it. The count now 2-0 to Brown. Brown picked up right before the Schaumburg series. That began this homestand. The 2-0. And he grounds one back up the middle. Behind second, Kuziak fields it. And the shortstop will throw to first. Coming in to score, Bednar. And it's a fielder's choice RBI for Brown. So the situational baseball has continued from last night. And Brown picks up RBI number 6. It's now 3-0 Evansville. Up to third base, Parks. Here comes Yomar Reyes. Reyes 0 for 4 here in the series. He had the day off yesterday. Reyes has had to play a ton throughout this season. This is his 36th game. First pitch misses outside, a breaking ball from Newman, and he has continued to struggle to get ahead in counts. Just 2 first pitch strikes to the first 7 batters. The right-hander ready. Here comes the 1-0. And Reyes taps it back to the third base dugout, foul. And I think Reyes needed that off day yesterday. He's had a tough homestand. Just 1 for 15 this week. And well, this is a guy that Andy McCauley really needs to get going to keep pace with the rest of the order. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses downstairs. You think there are so many other guys in the lineup turning it on right now, including the new acquisitions, and Reyes now batting just .241 after a bit of a sluggish month of June. That average was around .275 after May. That should give you an idea of how it's dropped. The 2-1 hit in the air to the right side, out of play. And now we'll have a 2-2 pitch. Reyes does have 15 RBIs, 1 home run, and 16 runs scored. A .630 OPS. He bats from the right side. Newman gets the signal. The deuces are wild. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Just nibbled that outside black. And that's the first strikeout of the game for Newman. Evansville gets on the board here first in the first inning, plating 3 runs, and we'll take it to inning number 2. Windy City coming to bat on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
It's time for D-Matt Dizzy's Home Run Derby. Clayton is going to be spinning around the bat 10 times and then hitting the ball off the tee. If he hits it into the net, he's going to be going home with some free Otters tickets.
Joe Johnson digging in, top of the second inning, and it is 3-0 Evansville over Windy City. Zach Smith's first pitch, a ground ball hit out towards second. Zinn has it, throws to first. One pitch, one strike, and one out. Al Smith ended up throwing 12 pitches in that first inning. Worked efficiently, seeing 4 batters, gave up a 1-out single, but stranded the runner on second base. Now coming to the plate, Emmanuel Sanchez. Righty on righty battle. Smith ready. And his first delivery. Fastball taken for a strike, 0-1. So juxtaposed with the Windy City starter, Jacob Newman, 2 totally different first innings. And Smith able to work 2 0-2 counts in that first frame. Next pitch misses the zone, and the count 1-1 to Sanchez. But this is the Smith that Evansville will need to see today and for the coming future as the club looks to get back in the playoff race. The 1-1 misses downstairs and away. Smith has already seen Windy City once this year, and it was a good start for him on that opening night contest. He's ready from the set, glove at the chest. Here's the pitch. 2-1, grounded back up the middle. The shortstop Parks ranging towards second. His throw to first, and it's in time. So 2 quick outs, 1 to each middle infielder. That'll be Kingston Liniak coming up next as Sanchez is set down. Base is empty, 2 gone, top of the second inning. It is 3-0 Evansville. Smith pitching back on that May 9th game as the first pitch is lifted in the air. In foul territory to the left side, this will go over the roof. 0-1. And in that start, he went 6 innings, giving up just a run on 3 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts. He went 6 innings throwing just 77 total pitches. It was one to remember. The 0-1. And it's weakly hit back to the screen. Quickly now 0-2 to Liniak. So trying to put together some similar numbers this time. And I'll tell you what, if he keeps that pitch count down, who knows how long he could go for. Smith starting to figure it out each time more and more on the rubber. The 0-2 misses downstairs. After that Windy City start, had a couple of rough starts on May 28th against Washington and on June 2nd against Gateway. But other than that, he has looked pretty good this year. The 1-2. Breaking ball misses outside, and this could be one of the best seasons that Smith puts together if he's able to continue this trek. And you look at that June 2nd game against Gateway, he gave up 8 runs in 4 innings. That's really his only quote-unquote bad performance, the 2-2. Swing and miss. Another 1-2-3 inning for Smith as he sets Windy City down in order, and we'll take it to the bottom of the second inning. It's Evansville 3 and the T-Bolts nothing on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
Otters fans, it's time for the Hoosier Lottery's jackpot toss. Our Otter Bells
I don't know if Mark is on
Lottery beach balls
home again, but I can't click the
balls
ads.
through the crowd, and when the music stops, everybody 18 or older holding a beach ball will win a $30 Hoosier Lottery prize pack. Are you ready? And launch!
Thanks.
And stop! Congratulations to the Hoosier Lottery and the Evansville Otters. The Otter Bell staff will let you know how to claim your prize. Stop by
Thanks, Lucas. It's time to see us upgrade to the Ashtray Furniture Best Seats in the House. Well, lucky winner gets to spend the rest of the game in the best seats in the house. So I say congratulations to Justin Wellmeyer. Justin Wellmeyer, come on down and sit in the best seats in the house and enjoy the view for the rest of the game with your feet kicked up. Justin Wellmeyer. The best seats in the house also means that you get the best view of the Heritage Video Board and Honor Vision. Follow along with all of our video board action and be sure to visit heritagefederal.org for all of your banking needs. Leading off, Danny Nathan catching number 5.
8-9-1 in the order, bottom of the second inning, and it is 3-0 Evansville over Windy City. Jacob Newman back on the bump looking to rebound after struggling in the first frame. First pitch to Justin Felix. It's taken for a strike, 0-1. Newman, 31 pitches in inning number 1, just 13 strikes. It was brutal. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and the count 1-1. Newman surrendered those 3 runs on just 1 hit. That's right. He walked 2, hit a guy, struck out 1. Pitch misses upstairs to Felix, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. So we'll see what he's got in the tank here. A good start for the Evansville Bats. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now to Felix. Well, Felix has not seen time since the Schaumburg series. Trying to snap a 2-game hitless streak. He was 0 for 2 with a run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. The 2-2 pitch. And it's fouled back. We'll have another 2-2. Felix hitting just a smidge below the Mendoza line, a 196 average entering play. 1 homer, 3 RBIs, 10 runs scored. He does have 8 walks on the year. Newman gets the sign. Ready at the chest, and the pitch is a breaking ball out. The count now full. We had this conversation yesterday, but with another new catcher today, it's worth mentioning again. You think now Evansville has Brown, Green, and Felix on the roster. That's 3 catchers. The payoff misses outside, ball 4. So Felix will head down to first base, a leadoff base runner in the bottom of the second. Here comes Delvin Zinn. Well, it's going to get real interesting to see how Andy McCauley works the catching rotation now. Is it worth seeing a different guy every game of the series? That would be a lot to ask from all 3 catchers. First pitch to Zinn. Squares the bunt, pops it foul. And this one is back behind the plate, 0-1. You think that's Felix, Green, and Brown only seeing action once every 3 games. Maybe not Brown because he can also play first base, but most certainly for Green and Felix. I don't know how happy they would be about that. The 0-1. Breaking ball at the top of the zone. Called strike 2. And they're all talented ball players, but Mike Green put together a terrific game yesterday at the plate. He's been hitting hot, and Logan Brown solidifying himself. Now the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Zinn down on 3 pitches. He's out number 1 here in the second inning. The lineup will turn over. It's Giovanni DiGiacomo coming to the plate. DiGiacomo, no official at-bats, 1 plate appearance in the first, and he walked and scored. Runner on first, 1 gone, 3-0 Evansville. You feel like there's a little bit more pressure on Felix with the way the other 2 guys have performed this homestand to say, all right, time to pick it up. First pitch to DiGiacomo. and it misses outside. But on the other side of that, Felix has been with this club for so long. He has the longest tenure of any active player with the team. The 1-1, or rather the 1-0, misses downstairs. And because of that, the pitchers have gotten to know him, and he knows the pitchers like the back of his hand. So there's a lot of chemistry there that helps Felix back behind the dish, and it helps the pitchers on the mound as well. The 2-0 pitch misses down low, back pick to first. Felix in there with a head-first slide, just getting his hand back in time. So the count 3-0 to DiGiacomo. Evansville leads at 3-0. Felix, a huge clubhouse guy, and the team loves him. So you have to take that into consideration as well. He goes on the 3-0. It's a fastball that misses outside, ball 4.
That's it to your head. Sidewalk, Cafe and Bar.
So again, Newman struggling to find the strike zone. One gone here in this second inning, but he has already walked 2. Felix on second, DiGiacomo on first. Now at the plate, Mason White. White 8 for 18 on this homestand, hitting just a shade under 500 in this week of baseball. He digs in from the left side, the pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs in the count 1-0. He has been lights out for Evansville this season. Comes into the game hitting a Nats wings under 350 at 349. 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. A duck in the pond here in the second inning, the pitch. And it's on the outside corner, called a strike to even the count for White. White has registered 7 RBIs, couple of doubles, couple of stolen bases throughout this week. And 2 of those 7 RBIs coming yesterday. Now the next pitch, it's slapped back to the screen, foul, the count 1-2. He only tallied 1 base hit yesterday, but it came in a massive spot in the 7th inning when Evansville was able to trim the deficit back down to 1 after starting the inning down 4. They would, of course, go on to eventually take the lead and win the game. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball hit foul to the left side, out of play. We'll try it again. So even though it might have been a quote-unquote off day for White yesterday, he came through in the biggest of situations, which is arguably more important than a base hit with nobody on in a blowout game. Now the 1-2. And it's hit down the left field line. This is hooking foul, and it'll just sneak over the fence, out of play. So 3 foul balls in a row from White. 1 gone here in the second. Another scoring chance for Evansville. Newman with the sign. Takes a look at second base. Now comes home. 1-2 is tapped foul. This will roll back to the Otters' first base dugout. Count remains 1-2. A hot day here at the ballpark, 90 degrees. Sergeant Sunshine in appearance, and Mr. American Flag blowing out toward right field, so favoring the lefties today. Haven't seen many home runs on this homestand. White has one of them, though, the 1-2. Swing and a tap into the glove of Sandoval. He holds on. So a couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts for Newman here in this second inning. He's able to set down White. Now he will have to face Randy Bednar. Bednar coming through with a 2 RBI double in the last inning. He was able to plate the Otters' first runs of the game. And it was one that went off the third base bag. It hit the bag and then went down the left field line. First pitch to the right-handed hitter. At the knees, taken for a strike, 0-1. Well, even though White struck out there, he still forced Newman to throw 7 pitches. And Newman already at 53 total tosses. This could be a short day for him. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball misses just a little bit outside. And the count is 1-1 to Bednar. You figure this is a guy who has come out of the bullpen in his last 3 appearances. He can go into a long relief role, but he doesn't throw that many. Next pitch, line back to the screen. 1-2 now to Bednar. And if you keep giving up runs, well, that's even more incentive for Bobby Jenks to pull the plug. 1-2 the count. 2 on, 2 gone here in the second. Newman kicks and deals. Breaking ball called strike 3. Bednar knew it, caught the top of the zone. So a hat trick of strikeouts here in the second inning for Newman. He does walk 2, but no damage done from Evansville, and we'll take it to inning number 3. The Otters 3 and the Thunderbolts nothing.
All right, Otters fans, it's time for the 10 Fish Talks. We have Gabriel and Victoria taking on Aaron and Miles, competing for 2 GA tickets. All right, are you guys ready? And go! Awesome job, guys. Great work. Up to you, Tim.
Thank you, Lucas. If you're looking for new concession items, head to First Base for their Italian food offerings, including fried ravioli, Bosco sticks, and pizza. Third Base has a specialty menu item like the King Jack chicken sandwich, features a deep fried chicken breast, bacon, Swiss cheese, and honey mustard. The convenient club soda or beer is brand new grab and go directly behind its pretzels. Leading on. Batting eighth, left field 27, Brendan Gorriggy.
8-9 top in the order, and we're in the top of the third inning, 3-0 Evansville. Zach Smith back on the rubber. His first pitch to Windy City's Brennan Duriggy, and it is in there for a strike. The count 0-1. 23 total pitches for Smith. He has looked sharp. He's ready. He deals. Breaking ball, taken on the inside corner, strike 2. Smith, a 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, cutter, slider, changeup. The 0-2 pitch. And it's a fastball that misses away. Back in the day, when I was pitching, I would always get questions from people who maybe don't know the game as well or just curious. Why throw a 4-seam and a 2-seam? The 1-2. Here's a tapper to the right side of the infield. Charging Mendham. He fields it, and he steps on first to retire Duriggy. So 4 pitches into this inning. Smith has another out. And now it will be Tyler Sandoval coming to the plate. Well, whenever you have the 4-seam and the 2-seam, you got 2 hard pitches with one staying straight and one breaking into a right-handed hitter at the last moment. First pitch misses in the dirt, and the count is 1-0 to Sandoval. That's, of course, breaking into a right-handed hitter if you're a right-handed pitcher. It would be the opposite if you're a southpaw. Smith from the stretch, deals the 1-0. And this ball's ripped into left field, base hit. So it's a 1-out single for Sandoval. And he will stand on first base. The lineup turning over. It's Cam Feltz with 1 gone in the 3rd. Evansville leading it 3-0. There is a philosophy that a lot of pitchers use called tunneling pitches, which basically means that you can use one pitch and then have another, and the two go hand in hand to complement each other. Here's a ground ball hit to first. Mendham fields it cleanly. Throw to second for 1, and Parks will hold on to the baseball as they're able to get the lead runner. Sandoval heading back toward the dugout is out number 2. It's a 3-6 fielder's choice. Feltz, with his speed, was always going to beat out the relay, so Parks wisely holding on to it. Now at the plate, Garrett Broussard. 2 gone in the 3rd, 3-0 Evansville. Righty on righty matchup. Throw to the bag at first. Feltz back in safely. So you can use that 4-seam fastball as a straight pitch. Let's say you pelt it on the outside corner for a couple of pitches. And then you can switch to the 2-seam fastball, and if you start it at the middle of the plate, depending on how much break it has horizontally, again, theoretically, let's say you start it on the inside, or rather the middle. First pitch, a breaking ball, and it's called a strike. Runner goes to second. Feltz in there safely uncontested. The ball was dropped by Felix. So you start the 2-seamer over the middle, and as a hitter, you recognize it's coming in fast. You think, oh, I got a heater right down the middle. All of a sudden, it's breaking 6 inches into you, and you don't pick up the spin. Here's a breaking ball at the knees, called strike 2. And then, swing and a miss, or jam shot, or you're an out. So it can be effective to use both the 2-seam fastball and the 4-seam. The 0-2 home. And Feltz was starting to go to third base. He stumbled. A line shot to the shortstop, Parks, and he's able to snag it before it hits the dirt. Well, that would have been interesting if Broussard did not piece that ball, because Feltz was in between second and third. Wonder if Felix would have tried to backpick to second. Doesn't have to, though, and the 3rd inning results in no runs for Windy City. We'll take it to the home half of the frame. Evansville leading by 3, and we'll be back on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
One at a time already. Are you guys ready? Go ahead and throw. That one's going to be a tough one to beat. Okay, Grace, you're up. That's a close one. We have a winner. Congratulations. Up to you, Zane.
Thanks, Lucas. Otters are back on Tuesday, a Fifth Third Tuesday, against the Trillium Slammers. The Senior Connection Wednesday follows, and a Busch Light Thirsty Thursday. Tickets for all 3 games at EvansvilleOtters.com. The Otters would like to welcome Pablo Picasso to Evansville. Pablo is visiting from France, and he'll turn 143 in October. Pablo Picasso visiting Evansville from France. Celebrating a birthday in October. Great to have Mr. Picasso with us. Also, happy birthday to Erica Kaiser. It's her 35th birthday. Make some noise, Erica Kaiser. Thanks for being with us here on the dog days of summer at the ballpark. Shortstop, number 11, Peyton Parks.
Paven Parks leading it off, bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 3-0 Evansville over Windy City. And it is Jacob Newman back on the rubber for his 3rd inning. His first pitch to the left-handed hitting shortstop. Breaking ball in, 1-0. So Newman already at 57 total pitches. He has thrown 28 strikes. He walked 2 in the last inning, but was able to keep Evansville off the board with 3 strikeouts. The 1-0. And this one is low, past the glove of Sandoval. It's back to the screen. 2 balls, no strikes. Parks has walked in every game this homestand. He has 5 walks on the homestand and 1 in each of the last 5 games. The 2-0 misses outside. His plate discipline has been incredible to watch. He does not chase any pitches, and you really have to give him a good one. And when you do, he pounds it. Now the 3-0. And he takes a get-me-over fastball, 3-1. Parks batting .412 on the year for Evansville. That's in 14 games. What a hot start he has had for these Otters. The 3-1 pitch, and he taps it at the plate, foul. The count now full. Parks was an all-star in 2022 with the Tri-City Valley Cats in the Frontier League. He spent last year with the Valley Cats as well. But that year in 2022, those numbers not even close to this year. 3-2, misses downstairs, ball 4.
That's a deer head. Sidewalk.
Fastball a shade low. And Parks walks for the second time today. So we talked about how he had 5 walks coming into the game, 1 in each of the last 5 games. Now he has 2, and he has walked in 6 games this week. So now coming to the plate, David Mendham. Parks is putting together David Mendham type numbers, at least in the walk category. First pitch to Mendham. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Mendham amongst the top of the league leaders in walks. He's got 28 this year. Surprisingly, Mendham has not walked this series. Newman ready. He fires in the 0-1, fastball upstairs. Mendham flew out his first time up, but it was a productive out. Was able to advance runners to second and third base. And at the time, there was just 1 down after he was retired. Looking for a base hit here, though. And the 1-1 delivery. Swung on, grounded out towards second. Sanchez fields it cleanly. Throw to second for 1. Relay to first. In time, it was bobbled by Kuziak. A bang-bang play at the bag, but they're still able to beat Mendham by a whisker. Crowd not happy, but that's it here in the third. An inning-ending twin killing. 4-6-3 will take it to the 4th. Oh, no. I beg your pardon. There's 2 down. So Parks and Mendham back to the dugouts as outs 1 and 2. Getting ahead of myself here. But the bases are empty, and now it's Logan Brown at the plate. Digs in from the left side. First pitch, a breaking ball at the knees. Called strike 1. Brown had an RBI fielder's choice his first time up. And he has been productive in his early tenure with Evansville. The 0-1. And it's a swing and a miss. He went after one in the dirt. Brown 5 for 20 at the plate. But he has driven in 6. He has 4 doubles, which account for, again, 4 out of 5 of those hits and 3 runs scored. Had 2 doubles yesterday. And the 0-2. Fastball way high and outside. That one would have been at the head of an 8-foot giant. And it was in the other's batter's box. So it goes back to the screen, and We'll have a 1-2 count. Well, who does Newman think he's pitching to? The 1-2. And here's a fastball lined into left field, base hit. Great at-bat by Logan Brown. That fastball was on the outer third of the plate. And what Brown did is he just flicked the barrel toward the baseball, was able to piece it up, and he's on first with 2 outs. Here comes Bobby Jenks. We'll see if this is it for Newman. It is. We'll make a call to the bullpen. We're in the third, and it is 3-0 Evansville over Windy City. We'll be back after this.
Call the bullpen for Windy City 22. Dan Brown in to pitch. Brown is on the mound, seeing the ball behind the plate. Pitch to catch your battery, powered by the answer auto repair needs. 2319 North River Road, 812-475-9000. Third baseman, number 28, Yomar Reyes.
Number 22, Dan Brown, will toe the rubber, and he will take over for the starter, Jacob Newman. Bottom of the third inning, 2 gone. There's a runner on first at the plate, Yomar Reyes. Well, we have time immediately, and right out of the bullpen, Brown's going to get charged with a pitch clock violation. Oh, boy. Well, not a good start. Here's the first pitch with a 1-0 count, and it misses inside, 2-0. Reyes struck out looking his last time at the plate. 3-0, Otters lead it over Windy City. Newman responsible for Logan Brown on first base. The pitch, and it's a breaking ball that misses in. The count 3-0. Well, that makes the life of Yomar Reyes a lot easier, let me tell you. Getting ahead 1-0 before you even see a pitch. Now the 3-0 delivery. Inside, it hit him. Reyes not happy. And not a good start out of the bullpen for Brown. Well, command was a major issue for Newman. And Reyes will head down to first, Brown up to second. First and second now, 2 gone. Here's Justin Felix. While the book is still open, because again, Newman responsible for Brown, he finished the day 2 2/3. He has given up 3 runs on 2 hits, on 5 walks and a hit by pitch. He actually had 4 strikeouts, but it didn't matter because the command was just not there today. And, well, out of the gates for Brown, doesn't seem to be there either. Here's the first pitch to Felix, and the catcher watches a breaking ball low and outside. So a pitch clock violation coming out of the bullpen, and then 4 straight balls. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses just a shade outside. 2-0 now, so still not a strike thrown by Dan Brown. 3-0 Evansville over Windy City in the third. Brown from the stretch, the righty deals. There's a strike, a fastball on the inner third taken. And the count now 2-1. Now you look up and down at this Windy City pitching staff, and there are some doozies. The 2-1, and it's sent back to the screen foul. 2-2 now to Justin Felix. Brown is making his first appearance with the club. A new acquisition, and because there are so many doozies, there have been so many new acquisitions. The 2-2, breaking ball low. But here's the thing. Windy City is out of available transactions for the rest of the year. They have used them all up. You know how hard that is to do that at this early in the season? Here's the payoff pitch. And it's downstairs, ball 4. So Felix walks for the second time today. And as the Guardians radio broadcaster Tom Hamilton would say, the Otters are all over the joint. So now it'll be Delvin Zinn coming to the plate. Bases loaded, 2 gone, and another great scoring chance for Evansville. Zinn struck out swinging his first time at the dish. The pitch. Fastball touches the top of the zone, called strike 1. Zinn played in his first game yesterday as an Otter, went 1 for 4 with an RBI and a strikeout. 3-0 Evansville. And the pitch. And it's a fastball from Brown that misses just off the inside part of the plate, 1-1. Logan Brown on third base. Reyes on second. Justin Felix on first. Dan Brown's delivery. It's a fastball in, 2 balls and a strike. On deck, a dangerous Giovanni DiGiacomo. And you do not want to see him this inning. Now the 2-1 from Brown. Fastball low, ball 3. He's in danger of walking in a run. Well, keep in mind, again, Logan Brown, who stands on third, is Newman's run. If Brown walks in the run, that would close the book on Newman. He's ready. The right-hander from the stretch deals. Fastball low, ball 4. So a hit by pitch and 2 walks out of the bullpen for Dan Brown. And again, the book now closed on Newman. He surrenders 4 all in all. Boy, talk about not getting any kind of help from the guys behind you. And now it's Giovanni DiGiacomo coming to the plate. The Otters have a real chance to put this game to bed here in the third inning. They lead it 4-0. 2 gone, the bases loaded, the pitch, and it misses outside, 1-0. DiGiacomo, 9 for 18 in his Otters season. He came aboard to begin the Schaumburg series, but didn't play until the middle game. The pitch, and it misses low, 2-0. Actually, his first game of action was in the middle game, and he put together an incredible performance, which spotted him in the leadoff spot ever since. Next pitch low, and it's backhanded by Sandoval, able to keep it in front of him. Sandoval a little bit shaken up. Something is not right with the catcher, and I don't know if that was his glove hand or his throwing hand. It looks like his shoulder maybe. dangling his glove hand down, and it just seems kind of limp. He says he's okay. Maybe caught a stinger trying to backhand that baseball. If his shoulder moved into an awkward position, that could have done it. But Dan Brown again in danger of walking in a run. A 3-0 count to DiGiacomo. Bases loaded, 2 down in the third. Here's the pitch, and it's a get-me-over strike. Well, even with as good of a hitter as DiGiacomo at the plate, you got to take all the way. I wouldn't be surprised if he has the take sign here. Now the 3-1. And he was swinging, fouled it off to the left side, and the count now full. So all runners will go on the pitch. And Brown trying to limit the damage after having zero control out of the bullpen. He's ready. The pitch to DiGiacomo. Downstairs, ball 4. Another walk out of the bullpen. And coming in to score is Reyes, up to third, Felix. Zinn on second base, and now DiGiacomo on first. Evansville has scored 2 runs here in this inning on just 1 hit. This is uncanny. They scored 3 runs in the first inning on 1 hit. There have been 4 walks this inning and a hit by pitch. If I told you the walk totals as a unit for this Windy City pitching staff, I don't know if you'd believe me. I'm going to give it to you anyways. 8 walks. We're not even through 3 innings, and coming to the plate is Mason White. Meeting on the mound between the catcher and pitcher over. First pitch to White on the outside corner, taken for a strike, 0-1. I mean, this has quite simply been a disaster for Windy City. It is now 5-0 Evansville. The 0-1. And White takes outside, the count even at a ball and a strike. White 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first. He struck out in the second inning. Righty on lefty matchup. Here's Brown's pitch in the dirt, and this gets past the catcher, Sandoval. It'll go back toward the on-deck circle near first base, and this will allow Felix to come in and score. Everybody advances. Second and third now, 2 gone. And Felix scores on the wild pitch to make it a 6-0 game. The count, 2 balls and 1 strike to White. He digs back in. Brown back on the rubber. 2 of the runs now being charged to Brown. The 2-1. Way outside, not even close. Nobody going in that Windy City bullpen, and it looks like Bobby Jenks is just going to say, you know what? Figure it out. The 3-1 home. Outside, ball 4. Well, first base was occupied that time. Or rather, not occupied, I should say. So White gets the bag, and the base is reloaded. Randy Bednar, the 9th hitter of the inning, coming to the plate, and this is just getting ugly, folks. 9 walks now by this Windy City pitching staff. Well, this is a staff that typically allows 4.2 walks per game. 13th in the league, and we'll have time called. What's the call there? We don't know. Well, our third base umpire, James Ainsworth, pointed either up toward us or up on the roof. I don't know where he was pointing, but now the first pitch, a breaking ball called the strike, 0-1 to Bednar. It was not a pitch clock violation. No balk. Very strange. Bednar 1 for 2, had a 2 RBI double in the first. Here's the pitch, and it's a breaking ball blocked by Sandoval. Bases loaded, and there have been 2 gone for a while. Evansville starting a rally with Logan Brown, who laced a 2-out single into left field, and then it was a hit by pitch and 4 walks in a row. The 1-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. Now there's that 2-seamer from Brown. And if he could throw that in the zone more, it's a good pitch. Has a lot of break to it. But he has just been all over the place, as was Newman today. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Bednar behind on a heater. And that'll do it here in the 3rd inning. Evansville plates another 3 on 1 hit. And we'll take it to inning number 4 with the Otters up 6-0 over Windy City.
Otters fans, we ready to witness flying pigs? Because it's time for the Hickory Pit Stop Flying Pigs. We have
That is unbelievable. We have 6 runs on 2 hits.
here to see who can fling the pig the furthest. Whoever does wins 2 GA tickets.
Mendham over to 3rd, Calarco at 1st. That's the only change.
Calarco enters the game. He will be batting at the 7th spot, playing first base. As a result, David Mendham moves from 1st to 3rd. Shortstop 16, Henry Luziak.
Well, we have some defensive changes for Evansville here in the top of the 4th inning. David Mendham will take over 3rd base. Anthony Calarco now at 1st. First pitch to Henry Kuziak. In there, a strike and the count 0-1. So Yomar Reyes being taken out of the game. And remember, he was hit by a pitch near the elbow region his last time up. The 0-1. And it's a fastball way outside. 1-1 the count now to Kuziak. 6-0 Evansville over Windy City. The Otters have 6 runs. How many hits? 2. The 1-1. Breaking ball and a beauty on the outside corner. And it's now 1-2 to Kuziak. 35 total pitches for Smith. He has done everything right so far. The 1-2. And it's a breaking ball a little bit low. So the count even now to Kuziak. 0 for 1 today. Grounded into a 3U fielder's choice. Smith, the right-hander, ready. He deals. And there's a 56-foot. Well, I don't even know. I don't know what he was trying to throw there. Something slow, but that one not really close. It's 3-2 now to Kuziak. The shortstop, a 364 hitter coming into the game. The pitch. Fastball called, strike 3.
That save, Sherman American Bank, strikeout.
So Kuziak out number 1 here in the top of the 4th inning. Now it's Christian Kuzemka coming up, 6-0 Evansville. And Kuzemka struck out his first time at the dish. Zach Smith now with 4 Ks. First pitch coming at the knees. It misses low. Felix couldn't squeeze it, trying to snap the glove up and get that frame. It's a pretty standard move as the catcher, but Kuziak out number 1. Kuzemka at the dish, the 1-0. Here's a high bouncing ball hit towards second, fielded cleanly. Zinn up with it. His throw to first, 2 gone. So now it'll be Joe Johnson coming to the plate.
First baseman, 7, Joe Johnson.
Johnson 0 for 1, grounded out his first time at the dish. 2 gone in the inning. And Johnson hitting from the left side. Watches a first pitch breaking ball, misses in from Smith, and they count 1-0. Johnson, a utility player. He has spent time at first base this series. Now the next offering, swing and a miss, 1-1. Johnson coming from Vanguard University of Southern California. That's a school in Costa Mesa. Into his first season with the Thunderbolts, and spent time in the Pioneer League last year with Grand Junction. Had almost 500 plate appearances in 96 games. Here's a breaking ball taken for a strike, and it's 1-2. And that average was really good for Johnson last year. Hit .370 with Grand Junction. That was also under manager Bobby Jenks, because he was in the Pioneer League last year. 1-2. Misses just a little bit low. Jenks took a decent amount of people over from the Pioneer League over to the Frontier League this year. And with the way this roster's hitting, I think that goes to show the difference in the 2 independent leagues, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another 1-2-3 inning for Smith, second of the game, and Windy City goes down quietly in the 4th. We'll head to the home half of the inning as Evansville leads it 6-0.
It's time to show us your best smiles for the Paramount Dental Smile Cam. Over 300,000 members trust Paramount Dental, based right here in the Hoosier state of Indiana. Paramount Dental has been ensuring smiles for more than 37 years. Keep on smiling with Paramount Dental. River City Pride is our partner for tonight's game, and they're hosting their 2024 Rainbow Raffle Half Pot in the concourse area. Go check out the vendor table and enter to win on half pot sales or final 8 o'clock tonight. And be sure to check out Frontier League and Evansville Otters action on Pro Sports, the official streaming partner of the Frontier League. Never miss a game and follow along all the way through the regular season. Just visit EvansvilleOtters.com for links to watch and subscribe for all Frontier League and Pro Sports content. I'd like to give a big shout out in left field to Phyllis Bussing's group. Phyllis has several of her friends here at the ballpark. Group of almost 50. Great to have them in left field. Phyllis Bussing and all of her friends in that group outing. Great to have you with us on the dog days of summer. Lead off shortstop, number 11, Haven Parks.
Paven Parks leading it off, bottom of the 4th inning. It is 6-0 with Evansville leading Windy City. Parks, no official at-bats here today, 2 plate appearances, and he has walked in both. Here's the first pitch to him, and it misses outside. A fastball from Dan Brown, who is back on the rubber. Brown surrendered 2 runs in the last inning, and he came out of the bullpen. It was a struggle. The 1-0. And it's a fastball low. Brown has a really peculiar arm action. He always works from the stretch, even with nobody on. And if you're watching on Flow Sports, you'll know what I mean by the next pitch that he throws. Pay attention. It's a fastball, misses outside. He has so much torque in his arm. It just seems uncomfortable. It's almost like he's working it in 4 different parts. He deals the 3-0. And it misses downstairs. A 4-pitch walk to begin the inning. Make it double-figure walks for this Windy City pitching staff. And here comes David Mendham. Now, you can't swing the bat if the pitchers aren't throwing you strikes, but my goodness, this is lesson number 1 of being a successful pitcher. Get it over the zone. Here's the first pitch from Brown. And it misses downstairs to Mendham, 1-0. 6-0, Evansville leads it over Windy City. I am not trying to harp on Windy City, but this is ugly to watch. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And you almost feel bad for these guys out there because clearly it has gotten to a point where both the starting pitcher, Jacob Newman, and now Dan Brown in their own heads. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball, not even close. 7 straight balls to begin this bottom half of the 4th inning from Brown. He's in some trouble now. Mendham 0 for 2, grounded into a double play his last time at the plate. Brown ready. And the 3-0 home. There's a strike right down Broadway. Mendham was taking all the way. How could you not? We'll see if that's a stepping stone for Brown to figure things out on the rubber. Righty on lefty matchup. And the pitcher ready. He comes home. Fastball misses outside. I guess not. Back-to-back walks here to begin this bottom half of the 4th inning. And now coming to the plate, it'll be Logan Brown. 6-0, Evansville leads it. And they have a chance to win their last 4 out of 5 series if they can hold on here today. Well, with the way Zach Smith has been pitching up to this point, doesn't seem like that should be an issue. Here's the first pitch to Brown. In there for a strike. A hot one at the ballpark. 90 degrees, Sergeant Sunshine out there, and he is beaming his rays down on Bossy Field. Brown, the right-hander, ready. Looks to second. Now he comes home. Fastball misses in. And the count 1-1 to Brown. Evansville in Game 6 of their 9-game homestand. This thing all started on Tuesday against Schaumburg. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball outside, 2 balls and a strike. Well, Brown now at 42 total pitches. And similar to Newman, he has really had to labor in this outing. There is an arm going for Windy City down in the bullpen. Looks like a left-hander. The pitch. Breaking ball, and it finds the zone. 2-2 now to Brown. Evansville leads it 6-0. And their 6 runs have come on just 2 hits today. They have the same hits as Windy City. Here's the 2-2. And we have time called before the pitch. Well, Brown was already into the motion. And Dalton Phillips, the home plate umpire, said, hold on a minute, because Logan Brown at the plate wanted time. It was granted right before Dan Brown lifted up that leg. Here's the 2-2. And it's sent back to the screen foul. We'll have a 3-2 pitch now. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Back-to-back walks to begin this inning. Evansville plating 3 runs in the first. That was highlighted by a 2 RBI double from Randy Bednar, and then another 3 runs in the last inning. The 2-2. Swing and a tap into the glove of Sandoval. He holds on. That is a big out, number 1. So now coming to the plate, Yomar Reyes. Or no, it will be Anthony Calarco, I beg your pardon. Reyes was taken out of the ball game after he was hit in the elbow. The last time he came to the plate, Calarco came on as a defensive replacement, took over first in the last inning, sending David Mendham to third base. Here's the first pitch from Brown. Breaking ball taken for a strike, 0-1. And so Calarco getting some licks at the dish now. He digs in from the left side. Here's the next pitch. And Calarco takes a breaking ball downstairs. Anthony saw action in the series opener against Windy City. And in that contest, he went 1 for 4 with 2 Ks. Now the 1-1. Runners go to second and third, and Sandoval will pump fake a throw down to second, but he holds on. So now 2 ducks in the pond for Evansville. Stolen bases for David Mendham and Paven Parks. And the count 1-2. Brown ready. He offers up. Breaking ball misses low. Calarco, a .255 hitter on the year. This is his 25th game. This is the first game that he has seen action in that he has not started. Just under 100 ABs. This is his 95th. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Brown. Boy, this is eerily similar from what we saw from Newman. And here comes Bobby Jenks. We'll see if he pulls the plug. A slow walk out toward the rubber. And it looks like we'll have another pitching change. So we're going to take a step aside on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. More information on the reliever to come when we come back. We're in the 4th, and it is 6-0 Evansville. So we'll have you on the top of the 5th. So I'm just going to get through this one to the 4th, and then I'll ask some questions and fire your way. I'll let you take most of the inning. But so I'll have you on from the top of the 5th. The only thing that I ask is that there's ever a ball early, just finish your call. Quickly say what's happening on the field because we do call it like it's radio. But other than that, I'm going to have as much time for you to speak as possible. So I'll just ask you some pretty open-ended questions. I'll let you take it in any direction that you want. And yeah, should be good. So, awesome. So yeah, we'll bring you on. I'll have you use the crowd mic, but again, that's not going to come until the next half inning. So we're going to get through this fourth inning, and then I'll give you the signal once we're going on. I'll lead us in, and it should be pretty smooth. I'm sorry, you said your name was Brandon? Jacob. Jacob, I'm sorry. Jacob. Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
The catcher, number 5, Justin Felix.
Justin Felix digging in. It is A.J. Chacon taking over on the rubber. Bottom of the fourth inning. Evansville has him on second and third. 2 gone. First pitch to Felix, swing and a miss, and the count 0-1. Evansville with a 6-0 lead over Windy City. And their 6 runs have come on just 2 hits today, so the Otters being selective pitch-wise, but my goodness, 11 walks as a team from Windy City. Next pitch grounded foul to the right side. And the count is 0-2. Well, Brown did end his outing with a strikeout. And Windy City has totaled 7 strikeouts as a staff today. But those walks have killed them. The left-hander, Chacon, ready. He deals. And Felix lifts this one in the air. Onto the infield now in shallow right. The right fielder ranging in, Liniak, able to track it down just before it hit the grass. And he had to help out Sanchez because that sun was being a bit of an issue out there. So the inning is over. 2 stranded for Evansville, no runs. And we'll take it to the 5th inning. It is 6-0 with the Otters on top of the Thunderbolts. Right that time, but just making sure. So you can have a seat. So yeah, like I said, this should be just pretty, informal, just conversational. Like I said, I'll just ask you some pretty open-ended questions and take it in any which way you desire to. So.
Okay. And how long does this need to be?
So you can, if you don't want to talk, we had you on, we had you penciled in for a half inning.
Okay.
So once the players come off the field again, we'll get you out of here. But if you have nothing else to say or you want to get your agenda out and that's it, feel free to just let me know and we can get you off if you don't feel comfortable. But yeah, we'll just, like I said, you can take it in any direction that you want. So.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
Have you seen them in the honor round lately? Make sure you tell them hello when you do. Evan's excited to see all of our fans and encourages you to visit Heritage Culture Making Meetings. Heritage a proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball.
So it is, just so I say it right on the broadcast, what is the official organization called?
River City Pride.
River City Pride. So Jacob with River City Pride. All right, cool. We're back in the top of the 5th inning. It is 6-0 Evansville. Zach Smith back on the rubber. He will face Emmanuel Sanchez as the leadoff hitter. And we are with Jacobs from River City Pride. Jacob, glad to have you on the call, and welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's a good day for baseball. Let me just start you off with a slow pitch fastball here. How's it feel to be at the ballpark? You get to experience right now a 6-0 Otters lead.
Oh, man, it is a fantastic honor to just be here, be with the team, be out on a beautiful day, just seeing everyone celebrate one big cause and a great team.
So you are here with River City Pride. Jacob, describe to me what your role in the organization is.
Yes, so like you said, my name is Jacob. I am with River City Pride. I am the vice president of River City Pride here in Evansville, Indiana, and we hope to educate, unite, and serve the LGBT community here in the tri-state.
How long have you been with this organization?
I have been here a little over 5 years now.
Okay. Here's the 2-1 from Smith. And it's a fastball tapped at the plate. Foul. 2-2 now to Sanchez. So you've been here 5 years. Talk to me about what your experience has been like since stepping into this role.
It's been an incredible honor. Very excited to see so much support grow over the last 5 years with our organization and the support from our community.
Smith ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Ooh. Didn't miss by much, maybe a smidge outside, and we'll try it at a full count for Sanchez. So Was it you that was down on the field before this game started as well, or was that another one of your representatives?
One of our other representatives. There's a handful that kind of look like me too. So
Swing and a miss for Sanchez. He's down on strikes out number 1, and Smith continues to roll as that is now 6 in a row retired. Now he will face Kingston Liniak, 6-0 Evansville. So talk to me, Jacob. Why are you here? What's going on here today that these fans should be aware about?
yeah, so today is the Pride Night at Otters, where we have the great privilege of working with the Otters team here at Bosse Field to host a great night of just family fun and outside activities.
And how has this organization, River City Pride, been with the community? What have you guys provided for the community, including here today?
Yeah, so in the community, we've worked with community partners such as Deaconess to try and get some better health care for our organization and our community. We've also helped unite local businesses to provide safe spaces where the LGBT community feels that they can be included and they won't face any type of discrimination.
Here's a pop-up back behind the plate. Liniak working with a 2-1 count now. Smith again on the rubber, 6-0 Evansville here in the 5th. Deaconess, is that the Aqua Center right across the street? Are they a part of that as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any affiliation with them?
We partner with as many people as we can. They're just one of the biggest ones that we do. They actually help try to get surgeons that we found a need for, and they fulfilled it, and we're working with them very closely.
Ground ball deep in the hole. It's short, and Liniak will have an infield single as Parks had to backhand it. He almost stumbled into left field, but had no throw, as that would have been a miraculous play if he even got a throw off. And the score is 6-0. Evansville over Windy City. Now coming to the plate, Brennan DeRiggi. So you said that you guys partner with as many people as possible in the area. What are some other partnerships that you guys have formulated over the years, since you've been here at least?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've partnered with Haney's Arts District downtown. They host several events throughout the year, and we partner with them to kind of be a hub of our events, local arts districts, art communities, as well as finances and healthcare.
Sure. Yeah, thanks for sharing. And what kind of resources, I know we already talked about the support that you provide, but what kind of resources can you guys offer people within the Evansville local area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we provide safe places and recommendations for them in the area, as well as we do host the Evansville City Pride Festival annually. So we do put on a very big festival for the community downtown Evansville, where they can come out and be who they are and without any fear of retaliation and just express who they are inside.
Next pitch on the outside corner from Smith, a called strike to DeRiggi. The count 1-2, runner on first, 1 out, and it's 6-0 Evansville. You talk about that festival. What kind of reaction have you gotten from the community around Evansville? How have you seen it develop over the last several years?
Yeah, so we have seen a move from Haney's Corner Arts District of maybe having a few hundred participants, and last year it was on downtown Main Street with several thousand. We have seen some immense growth of support from community, even having the mayor in our recent parade. And that was a first for us since we've started 5 years ago, and it's been incredible just to see us growth and the support grow throughout the years.
So you've been here for 5 years. The organization has also been around for 5 years?
Yes.
So you've been here since the beginning?
Yes.
So what do you think the biggest thing that you've seen evolve within River City Pride has been?
Easily that's going to be the community support and recognition in the community. Just having us be available and having us being seen and heard of what problems there are, addressing those, and then acting on them appropriately.
Sure. An E6 from the shortstop Parks moments ago, and that is the first error of the game from Evansville. Moving up to third base, Liniak, he holds there. It's runners on first and third now with Tyler Sandoval at the plate. An 0-1 count. Smith ready. Here comes his pitch. And it is a breaking ball high. Runner goes to second. Throw to the bag. Plenty of time. Beautiful throw from Justin Felix as they're able to gun down DeRiggi. So despite the error from Pavin Parks. The Otters get some help defensively, and Smith now has 2 outs working with a runner on third base. How'd you like that throw?
Oh, man, that was incredible. Right down the line.
Now, Evansville has struggled this year. You guys have caught a good game, catching
did.
them in a winning streak right now. Now at the plate, Sandoval again, and the next pitch to him is blocked low. Is this your guys' first time at the ballpark?
This is actually our 3rd annual Pride Night at the Otters.
So you've been here already twice before, I guess,
Yes.
in the last several years. What has your experience been like with these people here at Bosse Field?
Oh, it's been incredible. Everyone here is so friendly, so encouraging, so welcoming. It feels like we're at home.
Home at Bosse. No Otter place, as we like to say. Count now 2-2 to Sandoval. The Deuces are wild here in the 5th inning. What are some upcoming events that you guys have, Jacob, for River City Pride?
Yeah, so June is obviously the busiest month, being Pride Month. This is actually going to be our last our event in June, but we do have our Trunk or Treat in October. That was very, very popular last year. We had several hundreds of families come out, and we host with just all the trunks open, with providing it to the community, just having a good time in Halloween.
Well, that's a perfect question to end our conversation on. Sandoval a swing and a miss to end the 5th inning as Windy City strands a runner on third. Jacob, thanks so much for coming on the call. We really appreciate you being here today, and glad we could get your voice out there.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll head to a break here on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Evansville 6, Windy City nothing. There we go. That wasn't so bad, was it? Hey, thanks so much again. Really appreciate your time. Yeah, feel free to walk yourself out, but have a great day. Thank you. Good job. Thanks, appreciate it. Take care.
Second baseman, number 1, Delvin Zinn.
Nine 1-2 in the order for Evansville. Bottom of the 5th inning. It is 6-0 Otters on top of Windy City. And the first pitch to Delvin Zinn misses off the outside part of the plate. The count 1-0. Zinn 0 for 1. He walked his last time up, struck out in the 2nd inning. Now the pitch. And A.J. Chacon's fastball misses low, 2-0. Evansville putting up 3 spots in 2 different innings. The lefty deals, and the 2-0 is a swing and a miss. They scored 3 in the first. That was thanks to a 2 RBI double from Randy Bednar, then a fielder's choice RBI from Logan Brown. Then they scored 3 in the 3rd. The 2-1. Breaking ball misses in, ball 3. And boy, that was a tough inning in that 3rd frame for Jacob Newman and Dan Brown. There were a lot of walks given up. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, and the count now full. So Windy City is actually out hitting Evansville. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the T-Bolts. 6 runs, 2 hits, and an error for Evansville. Here's the payoff pitch, and Zinn lifts it in the air. High toward the right side, foul territory near the Otters bullpen. On the warning track, Johnson ranging over. He's able to make the catch, and there's 1 down. Now we just had Jacob on with River City Pride, and as a follower of Christ myself, I gotta say I really appreciated that conversation. It is good to have unity in the world and a love for one another, so good to have him on the broadcast. Here's Giovanni DiGiacomo, takes a first pitch called strike, 0-1. DiGiacomo has walked in all 3 trips to the plate, goes after the next pitch, lines one toward the left center gap. That's going to get down on his horse. DiGiacomo gunning for second base, and he's in there uncontested. It's going to be a double, and it is the 5th double in 5 games for DiGiacomo. What hasn't this kid done? I guess the only thing that we haven't seen him do yet is hit a home run. So now coming to the plate, Mason White. Lefty on lefty matchup. And here's the first pitch. And it misses downstairs. Well, I know a lot of the Evansville community also embedded within the church, and that's wonderful. But it's good to include everybody in who we show love to. Now the 1-0. Runner goes to third. Fastball in the inside corner. Sandoval almost falls over, throwing it to third base, and it's a stolen bag for DiGiacomo, his 2nd of the game. So the ball scampered away from Boussard, but not far enough for DiGiacomo to come in and score. 6-0 Evansville. They have another runner 90 feet from scoring with 1 gone. Mason White, 0 for 1. He walked in the 3rd, was hit by a pitch his first trip up. The southpaw deals, and here's the ground ball hit out towards short. This will score a run. Kuziak boots the baseball. In E6. And DiGiacomo comes in to score. I should say DiGiacomo. Well, if you ask him, I don't know if he would really care which way you pronounce it, because he has said multiple things to us in the press box as to how to say his name. We've heard DiGiacomo, DiGiacomo, with a Q in there at the end. Here's the first pitch to Randy Bednar, swing and a miss. But regardless, he scores 7-0 Evansville. Runner on first after the error. Randy Bednar, 1 for 3. Had that 2 RBI double in the first. He struck out his last 2 times, the 0-1. And he grounds one over to third. Fielded cleanly by the bag. Broussard, throw to second base, way off target. Not even close to second, and Sanchez had to come way off the bag just to stop it from going into right field. So Windy City falling apart in all facets of the game. Andy McCauley out there. Oh, no. Oh, you got to be kidding me. They ruled Mason White out at second base? What in the world did I just see? Oh, you have got to be kidding me. That ball was thrown 8 feet to the left of second base. Sanchez was not even close to having his foot on the bag, and White is down on the force out. Oh, my goodness. That is brutal. Well, It'll go down as a fielder's choice for Bednar. He's on first. 2 gone. First pitch, a strike to Paven Parks. Listen, I try to not get on the umpires, but that call was a blown call. Now the 0-1, and it's lined back to the screen, unless my eyes are just completely deceiving me. But that seemed to not even be close. We'll just leave it at that. Seven to nothing, Evansville leads. The pitch. Breaking ball, misses a little bit outside. And it's 1-2 to Parks. Andy McCauley, if his team wasn't up 7 to nothing, would be getting ejected. Let's just say that as well. Now the 1-2 to Parks. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. The inning is over. So Evansville gets another, and we'll take it to the 6th inning. It is 7 to nothing Otters over Windy City on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
It's time for Jersey Mike's Build a Sub. We've got 2 master sub chefs ready to build an artisan BLT. First, our contestants will spin around with that 10 times and then build their sub. Once their sub is built, they will run it to their honor bell. While keeping
Did you see my text?
inside the sandwich. First to hand off their completed sub to an honor bell wins a coupon from Jersey Mike's. On your mark, get set, go.
Is that an unearned run or an earned run? Unearned.
Made from red grapes and
I don't know. I tried to stay
is a Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above. Now located at 939 Woodford Road in Evansville.
Don't forget to check out the Otters Tennessee store to see all the latest merchandise and apparel. Time to order to you. The Windy City, Circular Ford, Case Belts.
Seven to nothing, Evansville leads it. Zach Smith back on the rubber, and his first pitch misses outside the count. 1-0 to the leadoff hitter, Cam Feltz. Feltz 0 for 2, and Smith looking to put together another quality performance as he's into his 6th inning. Ground ball hit toward first. Calarco backhands it, throws it over to the pitcher, sprinting to the bag. He's able to beat the speedster Feltz by a half a step. Well, Calarco again taking over duties in the 4th inning for David Mendham. And Mendham is now playing third base because Yomar Reyes was taken out of the game. So now it's Garrett Broussard. Boy, it seems like we have had so much turnover at every position for Evansville. Andy McCauley throwing so many different players in at different positions. Hard to keep track sometimes. First pitch, middle fastball taken for a strike. 0-1 to Broussard. The third baseman, 1 for 2 today, continues his good series, 4 for 9. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses in. And the count 1-1. Hey, don't forget the Evansville Otters will be back at home Tuesday. They will have off tomorrow, Monday, but the Otters will take on the Joliet Slammers for 3 games to conclude the 9-game homestand. The 1-1. And it's a weak roller down the third base line. This is foul as it went off of Broussard first. And the count is now 1-2. Tickets are still available. Call 812-435-8686 for more information or visit EvansvilleOtters.com. Broussard taking a second after getting hit in the ankle by that foul tip. Now he's back in. Righty on righty battle. The 1-2 from Smith. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. This goes off the glove of the catcher, Felix, and that will go into the dugout of Windy City. A wild breaking ball that time from Smith, but it completely deceived Broussard. So he picks up the strikeout, but Broussard will stay on first base. Just nothing Felix could do that time. And he tried to backhand it. You wonder if he has a better shot blocking the baseball. First pitch, a breaking ball low and outside, but the count now 1-0 to Kuziak again. That even would have been a tough block. But as a catcher, you do have to say, you're asked to block everything. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. And actually, I don't know if that one maybe hit the front of the plate or part of the plate, because it hit the ground, bounced up, nicked Felix's glove, but then it went way in the air. It almost went onto the roof. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And another ball outside and low. This time Felix does block it. Kuziak 0 for 2, a strikeout today. Working with a 2-1 count, runner on first, 1 gone, top of the 6th inning. It is 7-0 Otters. Smith ready. He deals. Breaking ball and a beauty on the outside corner. So the count now 2-2. Next week, promotions coming up, 5th, 3rd Family Tuesday. Now the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Kuziak down looking, back-to-back strikeouts. And now it'll be Christian Kuzemka coming to the plate. So Broussard also striking out this inning, but he's on first after that wild pitch. In the 6th, 7-0 Evansville. Wednesday, we have our FC Tucker and Salvation Army night with the Senior Connection Wednesday. First pitch, a called strike to Kuzemka, and the count 0-1. And on Thursday, it is Working Distributors as well as America's Car Mart night, German Heritage night, and Budweiser Thirsty Thursdays. We have the Beersies. The 0-1. Fastball outside, and the count 1-1. Everybody loves those Beersies and beer. That should be a highly anticipated crowd. Per usual. The 1-1. Fastball misses in. 2 balls and a strike now for Kuzemka. Well, Smith with 9 strikeouts on the game. He's ready. And the 2-1 delivery. In there for a strike, and the deuces are wild. Smith into his 65th game as an indie ball player. 44 starts, and this is his 37th appearance with Evansville. The right-hander ready. Now the 2-2 pitch. And it's hit foul to the right side. Smith coming into this game, 228 strikeouts as a pro, 160 with the Otters. He just notched his 10th career win as a professional, which came back on June 13th against Tri-City. So he's getting closer and closer to that 250 strikeout marker as a pro, the 2-2. Swing and miss. He's one step closer now. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Smith, and we'll take it to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-0 Evansville over Windy City.
Time for the dance can. Brought to you by Drake's. We need everybody to get up and dance. Drake's is your go-to for 24 beers on tap. Big burgers and the freshest sushi in Evansville. The Drake's at 1222 Herschel Road or drakescomeplay.com. And don't forget the Otters are back for Fifth Third Family Tuesday. After the off day tomorrow, Juliet and Tim. Tickets at EvansvilleOtters.com. Third baseman, number 34, David Mendham.
David Mendham leads it off, bottom of the 6th inning. It is 7-0 Evansville. First pitch, swinging foul to the left side, out of play. 0-1. Windy City in danger of dropping the series to the Otters after taking the series opener. That was an 8-2 finale on Friday night. Evansville coming back and winning yesterday 10-9. The 0-1 misses outside. 1-1 now to Mendham. A.J. Chacon coming out of the bullpen in the 4th inning. He gave up a run in the last frame. It was unearned. The pitch. Swung on, grounded to the right side. A diving attempt by Sanchez. Can't get it. And it'll go into right field for a base hit. Mendham aboard. And that'll bring up Logan Brown. Well, Evansville has only come back one other occasion this season, and it was against Joliet, also here at home. But the Otters were down several runs, and they had another massive inning late in the game to steal that one away from the Slammers. They will face Joliet next week. The pitch misses upstairs to Brown. They count 1-0. But yesterday's night was magical at Bosse Field. A massive win for the Otters, the 1-0. Fastball low and away, 2-0. You think right now, with the way the standings are, Evansville trying to chase down Windy City, only a half game behind them, so these two teams could flip-flop. Here's the 2-0, and it's grounded to the right side of the infield. Charging Johnson, he fields it, throw to second for one, back to first, double play. Well, Johnson played that perfectly. It was slowly hit, but Johnson got a good read and had to short pick it at first. Again, he took a few steps in to get it, got it out of his glove quickly, and Kuziak, the shortstop, able to turn the 3-6-3 twin killing. Mendham and Brown back to the dugout as outs 1 and 2, and Anthony Calarco's first pitch, a strike 0-1. And Evansville also not far behind Joliet either in the standings. Here's a ground ball hit to second. Sanchez fields cleanly, throw to first in time, that'll do it. So a quick inning for Chacon. Despite the leadoff base hit from Mendham, he still faces the minimum here in the sixth, and we'll take it to inning number 7. It is 7-0 Evansville over Windy City on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Well, that was fast.
From the comfort of your own home with self-service options from Heritage. Heritage, a proud partner of Evansville Otters baseball. River City Pride is our partner for tonight's game, and they're hosting their 2024 Rainbow Raffle Half Pot in the concourse area. Check out their vendor table and enter to win. All half pot sales are final at 8 o'clock tonight. First baseman, Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson leads off top of the 7th inning, and guess who's back out there? That's right, Zach Smith. He has been brilliant today, keeping Windy City off the board. Otters lead at 7-0, and the first pitch misses low. The count 1-0. Well, this is similar to what we saw from Smith the last time he was on the mound against the Thunderbolts. Again, that was all the way back on opening night. But in that May 9th contest, Smith went 6 innings, giving up just a run. Here's a tapper to the third base dugout of Windy City, foul, 1-1. Well, he has pitched even better here today, and that pitch count only at 83 pitches, so he has a chance to put up more innings. The 1-1 on the outside corner, a called strike, and the count now 1-2. Evansville has had one complete game from a starter this year. That was from Braden Scott, but it was a 7-inning game against Gateway. The 1-2. Breaking ball, swing, or called strike 3. He couldn't even swing. Johnson was so perplexed by that wonderful, magical off speed from Smith, and Smith has 11 strikeouts today. He has struck out the last 4 batters. And now coming to the plate, Emmanuel Sanchez. First pitch, a breaking ball right there, 0-1. Well, he has taken over as the season high in pitching for a starter to throw strikeouts in a single game this year. The 0-1, a breaking ball just off the outside corner, and the count 1-1 to the right-handed hitting second baseman. Scott had that as well. Here's the 1-1. And it's a breaking ball, a little bit too far outside. Scott struck out 10 batters. That was back on June 4th earlier this month against Lake Erie. Can't believe that series was 2.5 weeks ago. The 2-1. Fastball way inside. Did it hit him? Well, Sanchez down on the dirt, now getting back up. He did not get hit. Count 3-1, though. Smith approaching the 90-pitch marker. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Count now full. This has been a razzle-dazzle night for Zach Smith. 7-0. Otters lead it. 1 gone in the 7th. Smith's longest outing of the year. 7 innings. He has hit that twice. The right-hander ready. He offers up. And this one shot back up the middle. And it'll get through for a base hit. Just the 4th base hit allowed by Smith today. And that breaks up the 4 strikeouts in a row. Also, there were 6 in a row retired from the right-hander before Sanchez found a base hit. Here's Kingston Liniak. And he pops the first pitch up toward the right field line, and charging over is White, and the baseball drops. Zinn was also over there throwing to second, and it is blocked by Parks. So nobody got a glove to it. White was over there, looked like he was going to make the catch. Then all of a sudden, he let up. Zinn must have called for it, but I don't know why he would call for that. That was White's ball all the way. I don't know if White maybe lost it in the sun, but that's a tough single to give up. Liniak on first, Sanchez on second. Here's Brennan DeRiggi. First pitch. Breaking ball misses just a smidge outside. 7-0 Evansville. We'll see how Smith responds. Double play ball in effect. 1 gone in the inning. Righty on lefty battle. Smith from the set. He deals. And it's a ground ball through the right side. This will get through for a base hit. Rounding third, heading for home, Sanchez. He will put on the brakes. Ball in the infield, thrown away. No, they have a runner in a rundown. That's Liniak. And Parks throwing it to the third baseman, David Mendham. Oh, boy, I couldn't see the baseball coming in. 1, the pole was blocking my view. But 2, the sun only in the outfield, so it glistened the white baseball. And I saw Parks running. I thought that the ball was thrown away, but then he was just running after Liniak. Not sure what Liniak was doing rounding second base. Maybe he thought that Sanchez was going to score, but the stop sign was thrown up. And moving up to second, DeRiggi with a base hit, but now there's 2 outs. First pitch, a breaking ball in the outside corner, called a strike to Sandoval. And the count 0-1. So you can mark that one down as a 9-6-5 putout as Liniak is caught again in between second and third. The lights were on, but nobody was home. Here's the next pitch, and the 0-1 is a breaking ball outside. So a crucial out number 2, and boy, you wonder, should Sanchez have been sent home? What do you got to lose at this point? I mean, 2 runs isn't going to get you back in the ball game, so at least get you something. Here's a breaking ball in the outside corner, strike 2. It has been all Otters today. Zach Smith approaching the century mark in pitches, but he has looked incredible. Can he keep Windy City off the board here in the 7th? The 1-2 home, 2 gone in the inning, and it's a breaking ball outside. Second and third, again, DeRiggi advancing on the rundown. So he's credited with a single. Sanchez on third base. The deuces are wild. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. 12 strikeouts on the night for Zach Smith. Oh my goodness, the right-hander has completely fooled this Windy City roster. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's stretch time at Bossy Field. Evansville 7, Windy City nada.
Thunderbolt then for Windy City 20, Eric Hildebrand. Hit the pitch, Hildebrand's on the mound, and ball behind the plate. Batteries powered by the answer auto repair east to 2319 North Beautiful Rotary, 12475 9000. Tell this, and for the Otters, St. Louis. The catcher, number 5, Justin Felix.
AJ Chacon's day is over. Here is Eric Hildebrand on the rubber for Windy City to begin the 7th. And in the bottom of the inning, Justin Felix digs in. First pitch low, the count 1-0. 7-0. Evansville leading Windy City, and the right-hander Hildebrand, 6 feet tall, and he is 195 pounds on the scale, 9.37 ERA. Now the 1-0 delivery. Fastball taken for a strike, and the count even for Felix, 1 ball and 1 strike. Felix 0 for 1, flew out his last time up. 2 walks and a run scored. The 1-1 delivery. Not even close. Fastball way outside. Well, Chacon went 2 1/3. He gave up 1 run. It wasn't earned. 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Evansville being out hit in this game, but they lead it 7-0. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Evansville, 7 runs, 4 hits, an error. Windy City, no runs, 6 hits, an error. And you might think to yourself, how in the world is that possible? Well, if you're just joining us, there were 11 walks through the first 2 guys for Windy City today. The 2-2. Swung on, ripped toward the shortstop. Diving attempt by Kuziak off his glove into left field. And Felix picks up his first base hit of the game. Now 1 for 2. And he stands on first, a leadoff base runner. Here comes Delvin Zinn.
Second baseman.
Zinn, 1 for 4 yesterday, 0 for 2 today. A guy coming from Sioux Falls with the Canaries in the American Association. He was picked up yesterday morning, immediately signed and activated. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. He has the traditional wood-styled bat on the bottom half, but the barrel is a red color. Don't know if it's quite maroon. Here's the 1-0. And it's chopped back to the screen foul. Maybe more of a crimson? Interesting design. Wonder if that was because the Canaries are a red bird team logo. That would be something. Here's the 1-1. And it's taken low. A breaking ball misses the zone. 2 balls and a strike for Zinn. Zinn, 5'10", 195 pounds. The 2-1. And there's a 54-foot fastball. And it was one-hopped into the plate. Sandoval tried to frame it, didn't get the call. Well, I thought it was a pretty good attempt by the catcher to sell that one. We have seen more breaking balls and fastballs bouncing in front of the plate than ever before. Here's a fastball at the top of the zone, called a strike. Zinn was ready to head down to first. He thought it was ball 4. Instead, it's 3-2. We've seen it today. We've seen it throughout this homestand. We have seen it throughout this season. And it has just happened way too much. The 3-2. Fastball inside, ball 4. So another walk. That's 12 team walks for Windy City today, allowed by the pitching staff. The lineup turns over. Here's Giovanni DiGiacomo. DiGiacomo, 1 for 1. He has 4 plate appearances today. Take a guess at how the other 3 plate appearances went where he didn't get at-bats. Let me walk you through them. Oh, wait, I just gave it away. He walked in the first, he walked in the second, he walked in the third. And he doubled and scored in the 5th inning. First pitch to him low, and the count 1-0. That was pretty clever, if I do say so myself. A knee slapper, if you will. Got to pat myself on the back every once in a while. Come on. The 1-0. Fastball outside. So Mason White on deck. Randy Bednar in the hole. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch to DiGiacomo. Line back to the screen. And the count 2-1. It's just been fun to watch this guy do his thing at the plate. Plain and simple. He's got a smooth lefty swing, and DiGiacomo, again, began this season with Missoula, played in 9 games, batted .348, had a homer, 5 RBIs through his first 23 at-bats. And he was taken by McCauley here. For some reason, it didn't work out in Missoula. The 2-1. And he hits this one to the left side of the infield, ranging towards second. Broussard, the third baseman, up with it, and his throw to first in time. No play for 2, so it's a productive out for DiGiacomo, able to move Felix to third, Zinn up to second. A 5-3 put out for out number 1. And now it's Mason White. But hey, if you're Andy McCauley, you are thanking the Paddleheads for releasing DiGiacomo. Again, we don't know why it didn't work out. We're not given that information. Not trying to pry too much into the personal life of DiGiacomo, but first pitch, line back up the middle, base hit for White. This will score both runners as the throw is late at home. Coming in to score Felix and Zinn, and White has RBIs 3 and 4 here in the series. Able to extend his hit streak to 5 games, and he comes through again. A 2 RBI base hit. And if the doors weren't already blown open, it's now 9-0. So now at the plate, Randy Bednar. White stands on first. Here's the first pitch to the left fielder. And he hits a high fly ball. Very shallow center field on the trim of the grass. The shortstop, Kuziak, backing up. He makes the catch. So 2 gone in the inning. Now it'll be Pavin Parks coming up. Here's another guy to walk 3 times today. Parks 0 for 1, a strikeout in the 5th inning. He walked in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th frames. 9-0 Evansville. And we're in the 7th. Hildebrand surrendering 2 runs today, and he struggled yesterday out of the bullpen. The pitch. Fastball not even close. Way outside, way high. Hildebrand yesterday started in the 7th inning, and he did not record an out, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits. He has struggled once again today. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Another ball, not close to the zone. Well, we gave you the walk averages for Windy City on the year earlier. We'll say it again, 4.2 a game. That number might jump up to about 6 after this one. The 2-0. And it's inside. So Hildebrand in danger of walking another. He has already walked 1 this inning. Hildebrand into his 14th appearance. He's ready with the 3-0. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. And Hildebrand in 16 1/3 innings, a 9.37 ERA. There's a couple of guys like that on this Windy City pitching staff. You might think to yourself, why not get rid of those guys? Try to find some new talent. Oh, they have. The 3-1 hit foul, and it's now full. Because of the injuries and the performance of some players with Windy City, they have had to search elsewhere, so much so to the point where they are out of roster moves. They cannot complete any more transactions except for maybe 1 throughout the rest of the year, so they're pretty much stuck with what they got. What a shame. The 3-2. Fastball outside, and he walked Parks. Boy, the Otters are going to be the walk kings after today. That is a baker's dozen worth of walks from this Windy City pitching staff. Now at the plate, David Mendham. Let me tell you what, this has turned out to be an extraordinarily long game because of these walks. We have been here for 2.5 hours. We're in the 7th. And again, whenever you're throwing so many pitches, that extends the game. First pitch outside to Mendham, 1-0. I mean, we're not complaining. We love baseball, but boy, oh boy. This one's got to feel like an eternity for Windy City. They probably just want this one to be over. The 1-0 home. Fastball on the outside corner. There's a strike, 1-1. I don't want to be too mean, but you do have to call it like you see it. 9-0 Evansville. That's the way I see it. Here's the 1-1. And it's a fastball outside, and that's the way everybody else here sees it too. A good day to be an Otter, and Evansville almost certain to win the series against Windy City after dropping the series opener. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball, a called strike, 2-2 now to Mendham. Well, you say that, but baseball's a funny game. Don't want to get too far ahead of yourself, but I'm just going based off statistics. How many teams have come back from down 9-0 in the 8th and 9th innings? The 2-2. Fastball low, ball 3, and we'll have a payoff pitch. Mendham singled his last time up. 3 for 11 in the series. Mendham 6 for 22 on the homestand. Here's the payoff pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll do it in the 7th. So another 2 runs come in to score for Evansville, and they lead it 9-0 over Windy City.
Fans, let's get ready to sumo. These guys are going to attempt to knock each other over. Best of 3 rounds is the winner. Fighters, are you ready? And go! Congratulations. Sumo is brought to you by Velvet Ice Cream. Get your Velvet Ice Cream behind third base concessions.
Top of the order to you for Windy City center fielder for Cam Phelps.
What do you want from me? I like being weird. Top of the 8th inning, it is Zach Smith back on the rubber. Here is his 100th pitch of the game, and it is a fastball. Don't know where that one missed, maybe a smidge low. And Smith looking back towards center field in disgust. Really close pitch there, but the count again 1-0. Logan, or rather, excuse me, it is the top of the order. Cam Phelps at the plate. Next pitch misses the mark. 2 balls and no strikes, and Evansville with a 9-0 lead over Windy City. Trying to close this game out on a good note, and Smith looking to go his longest performance of the year. 2-0 line back to the screen. We'll have a 2-1 pitch. Well, this is a guy that can throw a lot of pitches. The most he's thrown in a game this year, 114 against Florence back on June 7th. Now the 2-1 delivery. Fastball, called the strike. The count even now to Phelps. Phelps 0 for 3. 2 groundouts, a strikeout. Smith already with a dozen strikeouts. Here's the 2-2. And it's tapped back to the screen. Boy, you wonder if he can pitch a quick 8th, get a couple of strikeouts. What will that total look like at the end of the day? He is razzled and dazzled here at Bosse Field tonight. The 2-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Make it a baker's dozen worth of strikeouts for Smith. 13 on the night.
Strikeout.
He continues to roll.
Third baseman 12, Garrett Broussard.
Well, the biggest statistic, even more so than the strikeouts for Smith tonight, no walks. Now at the plate, Garrett Broussard. The first pitch at the knees, a called strike, 0-1. Walks have been an Achilles heel to Smith this year, and in his last start, he gave up 6 to Schaumburg. The 0-1, a breaking ball, misses inside, and the count 1-1. But the last time he faced Windy City was the only other time this season he has not walked anybody in an outing. That was all the way back on May 9th. The 1-1. Here's a tapper back to the mound. Smith charging. Fields throws. 2 out. 9-0 Evansville. Top of the 8th inning, bases empty. Here's Henry Kuziak. Evansville can flip-flop with Florence with a win today. They can also overtake, they can flip-flop with Windy City. They can also overtake Florence if the Y'alls lose. First pitch, and it's a called strike. And Florence already playing, well, they beat Joliet. But that's okay because Joliet is another team that the Otters are chasing down. And the Slammers will come here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The pitch. And it's another tapper back to the mound. Right side of the infield. Smith will run it over himself, and he's able to beat Kuziak by a half a step. Well, Calarco over there at first, I don't know what he was thinking, but he wasn't by the bag, so Smith had to race over there. How about the day from Zach Smith? 8 full innings of shutout baseball, 13 strikeouts. We'll have to see if he comes back in the 9th. It's 9-0 Evansville.
Legends, are you ready? On your mark, get set, go!
So we will be... We'll be a game back of Joliet. Your pitcher, number 30.
Windy City called the bullpen. 30, Tyler Laporte in to pitch the battery. Laporte is on the mound.
Tyler Laporte.
And the ball behind the plate. Pitch catch battery powered by the Answer Auto Repair East 2319 with the Brody 12475 9000. Tell them. Same from the Otters. Send you.
Oh, it's just Laporte. Okay. Interesting. Your book probably looks a lot cleaner than mine does. Tyler Laporte on to pitch here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It is Logan Brown digging in from the left side. The righty's first pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. 9-0 Evansville over Windy City. And the Otters have gotten some dominant pitching today from Zach Smith. The 0-1. At the knees, a called strike. Smith, the starter today, and he has pitched in all 8 innings so far. The question remains, will he come out in the 9th? The 0-2 to Brown. Breaking ball hit hard out towards second. Sanchez stays down. He's up with it. 1 down. So Brown back to the dugout. Here comes Anthony Calarco. Calarco 0 for 2 with a strikeout since filling in for Yomar Reyes. Reyes exiting the game prematurely after being hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. He later came around to score, so he stayed in the game, but something must have been bugging him where Andy McCauley and Max Peterson didn't want to risk it. Laporte, the right-hander, ready. The first pitch. At the knees, strike 1. Calarco was not a part of this opening day roster. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2, but he was picked up pretty early. Similar to Windy City, Evansville has made a lot of transactions as well. They have made so many transactions that last year they wouldn't even have had this much for the whole season. Next pitch downstairs, and the count 1-2 to Calarco. But after a struggling start in the month of May, going 5-14, Evansville is finding some success. Assuming they hold on today, they will be 11-9 in June. The pitch, swing and a miss. So Calarco gone on strikes. He's out number 2. Now coming to the plate, Justin Felix.
The catcher.
And you think 11-9, okay, that's not eye-popping, but boy, it's better than 5-14. Evansville playing better at home and on the road. They have an above 500 record on the road this month. Here's Justin Felix. His first pitch swung on, hit in the air, a blooper into shallow left center. Charging in the left fielder, Derigi, and he will make the catch to retire the side. So a 1-2-3 worked by Laporte, and we'll take it to the top of the 9th. One final chance for Windy City. Evansville 9, the Thunderbolts nothing.
The Holy Moly Shuffle. Can you find where Holy Moly dug himself? Don't let him get away. Thanks for playing. The Holy Moly Shuffle is brought to you by Indiana 811, a free service that can prevent costly damages to underground utilities. Know what's below. Call 811 or visit 811now.com and get street parking for everything you project, no matter how big or small. Zane, up to you.
Thanks, Lucas. Here is our winning River City Pride half-pot ticket number for $369. 270608. Once again for $369. 270608. 270608. If you have that winning half-pot ticket number, head to the main tunnel by the Otterston Team Store. You do not have to be present to win the $369. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A pinch hitter for Windy City, 40, Joey Romansky.
Zach Smith trying to finish this one off. The starter in the 9th, and it is 9-0 Evansville over Windy City. First pitch in, a strike, and the count is 0-1. We have a pinch hitter. It will be Joey Grabanski in place of Christian Kuzemka, his first at-bat of the series. Next pitch to him, a fastball low and away, the count 1-1. Smith has been marvelous. The righty deals. Fastball a strike, and the count 1-2. 13 punch-outs, and he has surrendered 0 runs on 6 hits. Grabanski, a 188 hitter on the year, the 1-2. Fastball, he did not go around. It missed a little bit high. Boy, that looked like it could have been called strike 3. But according to Dalton Phillips, it was upstairs, so now the count 2-2. Smith, 114 total pitches. The next one will break his previous season high, the 2-2. And it's a breaking ball downstairs and away, the count now full. So Smith trying to avoid walking his first batter of the game. Nobody throwing in that Otters bullpen. He's ready. He deals. Swing and a ground ball hit out towards short. Parks with a backhand. Throw to first, and it'll be in plenty of time as Grabanski tripped out of the box. He was slow getting down to first, and that makes it an easy out, number 1. Good recognition by Parks because that allowed him to slow down, take his time with the throw, and make sure it was on the money. Now coming to the plate, it'll be another pinch hitter. No, it will be Joe Johnson. I beg your pardon. So Johnson digging in from the left side. One gone in the ninth. 9-0 Evansville. First pitch, a looper in there for a strike. 0-1. Johnson 0 for 3 today. 2 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses a little bit outside. Well, maybe that was a changeup. 78 miles an hour on the gun. You would expect Smith to lose a little bit of steam. Probably not that much. Here's the 1-1. Fastball hit in the air toward left field. That time 90 miles an hour. Bednar charging in. Makes the catch. 2 down. Smith looking for the first complete game in 9 innings for Evansville pitching on the year. Again, Braden Scott with a 7-inning complete game against Gateway back in early May, but nobody has done it in 9 innings for the Otters. We have a pinch hitter, Thomas Rodriguez. First pitch to him. Swung on, hit foul to the right side, and the count 0-1. Windy City down to their final out, 9-0 Evansville, top of the 9th, and the bases are empty. 120 pitches for Smith. He's ready. He deals. Breaking ball, a check swing, called strike anyways, and the Thunderbolts down to their last strike. Oh, you got to cap it off with a strikeout after the day Smith has had. He's ready. The crowd into it. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. Zach Smith throws the first 9-inning complete game shutout since last year of August 31. And it is the first this season for Evansville as they blank Windy City in the series finale, a 9-0 finish. Hey, that was clutch. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
If you'd like to run around the bases post-game, now would be the time to report to the right field picnic area. And wait for the instructions from Lucas. Again, if you'd like to run around the bases post-game, head to the right field picnic area. And wait for the instructions from Lucas. If you're departing right now, the Otters are back at home on Tuesday. Off day tomorrow, but then back in action Tuesday right here at Boston Field. The Joliet Slammers are in town for a Fifth Third Family Tuesday. Tickets are available right now at EvansvilleOtters.com or calling 1-2-4-3.
The Evansville Otters winners in their last 4 out of 5 series as they blank the Windy City Thunderbolts today. A 9-0 finish here at Bosse Field. Welcome to the post-game show. And right off the bat, let's talk about the performance from the right-hander, Zach Smith. The first complete game shutout since August 31st when Tim Holdgraver threw a 9-inning CGS last year. But Evansville, in a much-needed deciding game for the series against Windy City, come through today, and it was all thanks to Smith. Also, thanks to that note from Matt Will providing me with that 9-inning complete game shutout from Holdgraver, because we were searching for that, and he got it to me. So kudos to our main man of communication. He came through in the clutch as well. Let's take it to the scoring recap as Evansville jumped on the board first with 3 runs in the first inning. A 2 RBI double from Randy Bednar and a fielder's choice RBI, which propelled Evansville ahead early. They got 3 more in the third inning. It was a 2-out rally for the Otters as Logan Brown singled to left field, and he was down in the count with 2 strikes and then the next 4 Otters walked, which plated 3 total runs, and there was also a hit by pitch mixed in there as well. So Evansville got off to an early 6-0 lead. They plated another in the 5th inning, and it was Giovanni DiGiacomo to come in and score, as DiGiacomo led off with a double, and he scored in the 5th to make it 7-0. Evansville's final runs came from Justin Felix and Delvin Zinn in the 7th inning when Felix singled the lead off. Zinn followed with a walk. Then it was a 2 RBI single from Mason White. Well, there was no scoring recap for Windy City because they didn't score. And so your final box score is Evansville, 9 runs, 8 earned, 6 hits, 1 error in the field, 11 left on, and it is Windy City. No runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 6 left on. It is the first shutout of the year for this Otters pitching staff, and it couldn't have came at a bigger time, as they will now overtake Windy City in the division. Evansville moving up a spot, and they are now in 7th. They are really, really close to the Florence Yalls and Joliet Slammers, as the Yalls ended up beating Joliet today. And so those 2 teams now the next to take over in the West Division. And, well, better yet, Joliet comes here to conclude the 9-game homestand on Tuesday. So the final score today, one final time, Evansville 9 and Joliet is 0, or excuse me, Windy City 0, getting ahead of myself. Just trying to predict the future. Smith with the win. He moves to 3-4 on the year. Again, 9 innings, no runs, 6 hits, 14 strikeouts in his marvelous performance on the rubber. And taking the loss is Jacob Newman, drops to 0-2, and the starter went 2 2/3, 4 runs, 2 hits, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. As a pitching staff, this Windy City roster was completely abysmal, walking a grand total of 13 guys on the mound. So really, they just did not have control throughout the entire game, but Evansville ran away with it early because of that. So final time of the game, 2 hours, 45 minutes, 1,572 people came out to see it, and it was 90 degrees, sunny skies, and Mr. Sun starting to set here at Bosse Field, which concludes our weekend. Evansville with the series win over Windy City, bouncing back after dropping 2 out of 3 to Schaumburg. They are now 3-3 and even 500 on this homestand, and a chance to move above that 500 marker with Joliet coming to town on Tuesday. A 6:35 p.m. Central Time first pitch. We'd like to thank the press box for all their hard work today, as well as you guys for tuning into this one. Hope you enjoyed the ride. This has been Kyle Chandler giving you the play-by-play, and I want to say take care, everybody. God bless. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the off day tomorrow, and we hope to see you back here on Tuesday.